sitting upright. Right, just come down onto your back. Think about the back of the neck being long, shoulder blades open, sacrum resting onto the floor. And this morning's class is called Perspectives. Now, the reason this has come into play is because being out in France, I've had a totally sort of different mind approach to it this time as to last time. And it's amazing how when you change your perspective on something, the easefulness that you can either create or sort of dis-ease you can cause can all be controlled by the way you frame things and the way you look at things. And I think that's really important to remember, that you can change a situation by changing your perspective towards that situation. So just as we move through the flow, I've tried to sort of create bits where we're looking up, we're looking down, we're looking to the side. So we're looking at the world through a different lens. And I sometimes think when we've got a problem or something that we're facing, a challenge, when we shift our mindset and look at it in a different way, we can find a little more ease. So I hope that all makes sense. Let's start by breathing into our body this morning, thinking about that big belly breath as your belly rises, taking up space. Softens on your exhale. As you breathe, think about that 360 expansion of the rib cage, moving upwards, outwards, backwards towards the mat. As you breathe, feel those back ribs imprinting like little stamps. Take a moment to tune into your body this morning. Notice how it feels. Notice if you're holding on to any tension or tightness. And if you are, just notice where that tension or tightness is being held. And just use your breath to move it around the body, sending it to those areas, allowing that tension or tightness to be dissipated through that visualization of just sending the breath, a little like a mist rising on the skyline. It's just seeping through all of your cells, just nudging on the door of any tightness or tension and just gently allowing it to pass through. And then take a moment to tune into your mind. Notice how that feels this morning. Notice whether it feels busy, still, calm, anxious, overloaded. Perhaps there's a to-do list before you get to the weekend as long as your arm. Just try and let go of anything that's not going to help you for the time that you're on the mat. Pop it on an imaginary cloud and just let that cloud float past your eyes. It'll be there later, but give yourself this chance to be present, to be connected, to give yourself this space this morning before the world steals away your attention. Last breath here. Exhale with a slightly soft audible sigh, allowing everything to soften. And then we're going to come into our bridge, but this morning's bridge is going to be a figure 4 bridge. So take your right foot, cross it over your left thigh, and then you're going to peel up, coming into the bridge. Arms can be wide if that feels good for you this morning, and you're going to start to lift and lower with that right leg in external rotation. Keep the breath in and out through the nose. Good. Really make sure you're keeping your pelvis level as well. If you want the extra challenge, once you've warmed up a little bit, you can take those hands to the hips, taking them off the floor, and really thinking about the stability through that pelvis, through the midline. Take the right hand to the sky, pull back on the right fingers with the left hand, really pull back as you push up. Keep lifting and lowering into that left glute, and just observe what the world looks like as you lie, or maybe your ceiling or whatever you're looking at. I am very lucky I have a beautiful clear sky ahead of me, but just look at what the world looks like when you look at it from lying on your back. Keep breathing. Maybe in the room you're in, you notice something that you might not normally notice. And then take that right foot down, swap left foot over right thigh, and start to squeeze into that right glute, lifting and lowering, pushing that left foot into the right thigh, opening up in that hip. Left hand to the sky, pull back on the left fingers, spread through the palm, spread through the forearm. I always find it's amazing. We can be in the same place, the same situation, and we can just look at something slightly differently and just notice things that we might not normally notice. It's like always looking up instead of looking down at the floor, and you realize what you miss out on. Take your feet down to a normal bridge. Just take your hands to fists. You can keep pulsing in that normal bridge. Circle your wrists both ways with the fists, really mobilizing into those wrists this morning. And then we'll do our jazz hands, big stars, tight fists. Go as fast as you can. Breathing in and out through the nose. Really pulse those fingers wide, big tight fists. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it off, roll upper, middle, lower, with control all the way down to the mat. Lovely. Let's interlace the hands behind the head, elbows frame the face. Knees are going to hover, okay? Keep them over your hips. Make sure that as you lift them, you don't roll into that lower back. So you want to keep that really bony bit at the base of your spine with that little gap in the base of your spine on the mat. Gosh, I've got ants crawling all over me. Inhale here, exhale, lift. Low belly pulls down and back, lift up into the elbows. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Hug into that midline, slurp that belly down and back towards the mat. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Really pull everything into the middle. I think I've got one up my leg, inside my leggings. Inhale, come down. Good. Then from here, you're going to take your knees over to the right so that you've got a twist on your body, okay? You're going to inhale here, exhale, lift again. Hug that midline so you're squeezing into those obliques. If you want to pop a block between your thighs on the narrow setting, just to give you some feedback, you can, okay? So inhale here, exhale, lift. It's a different feeling, but squeeze those side abdominals. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Hug into that midline. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift again. Twist to the left. Really feel that connection into the side. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Twist to the left. Slice the right arm to the outer edge of the left, so it's coming towards your left butt cheek basically, and reach away as far as you can. Squeeze those side obliques. Hand behind the head. Inhale, come down. Last one. Exhale, lift. Twist to the left. Slice the arm, take the hand, so the right hand's going to pull the left wrist and squeeze into those side obliques. Good. Release, back to center. Take the knees over to the left. Keep them slightly, so as that you take them over, make sure they don't go away from the body, so you're keeping that pelvis nice and stacked. Interlace the hands behind the head. Again, elbows frame the face. Inhale here, exhale, lift. Squeeze into that right side body. Squeeze the block if you can. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Lift up into the elbows. Hug into the midline. Good. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift again. It's a different feeling to usual, but keep that pelvis stacked. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Twist to the right. Slice. No, don't slice yet. Back to center. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Twist to the right. Slice the left arm to the outer edge of the right thigh. Notice if this feels harder. It's kind of coming diagonally over that right glute. Hand behind the head. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift, twist to the right, slice the arm, right hand comes to meet it, left hand takes the right wrist and pull towards that bottom right edge of the mat. You should feel everything shaking. Good, hands behind the head. Whew. Back to center. Have a little knee to chest circle in that sacrum, and then you can rock and roll coming up onto all fours. Let's think about wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to be doing, God, there's ants everywhere. A couple of cat-cows, so just start by arching from the base of the spine, pull the chest through, and then tuck the tailbone towards the back of the knees, pushing through the hands, slurping the belly, releasing the neck, giving it a wobble, giving it a shake. Really pull the belly up, and then arch from the base of the spine, go the other way. Pull the chest through, shoulders hug the back body, really feel them connecting towards the hips. And then tuck the tailbone, starting from the base, release, push into the floor, release the neck, good. And then just do a couple of barrel rolls, okay? Going left to right, so you're rolling through cow and then coming into cat as you move through that circle. Good. From here, you're going to take your hands a little further away from you so your knees are still under your hips. You're coming down into an active. I don't want you to sink into these shoulders. I want you to push your fingertips into the floor as you reach your arms forwards and really get a connection up into that shoulder. Breathe. Big full breaths, but the abdominals are engaged. Good, so you're really pushing onto your hands. Your forearms aren't on the mat. And then slowly walk your hands back towards your body. Lift your body up so your feet are tucked behind you and you're going to come to camel. So notice how it feels for you. It might just be that you want to do one arm, but if you can take your hands to your ankles or to your heels, open through the chest, squeeze the bum and allow your head to soften back. If you need a block, pop some blocks. You might want some height, so you can pop some blocks behind you to do the same thing but just with a bit more height. Squeeze up, open through the chest, and again, look at the world from upside down. Breathe here, really make sure you're squeezing your glutes so you're not collapsing in that base of the spine. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Let's come down into dolphin. Interlace the hands, forearms on the mat, release the neck, tuck the toes, lift the bum to the sky. Lengthen the back body, really lift up and out of the mat. Right heel to bum, let's do our infamous 3 circles, left and right, going both ways, 3 times one way, 3 times one way, keep it controlled, keep the movement in the hip, you don't want to be rotating in the pelvis, swap legs, 3 one way, really big juicy circles. Notice what feels like it's tight this morning, what feels like it's pulling. Really work in that whole hip joint and then come down, feet wide, knees wide, toes touch, take a child's pose, breathe into that low belly space. Big full breaths drawing down into the body, and again notice how you feel in your inner thigh. And then when you're ready, come and stand at the top of the mat. Grab your blocks if you've got them nearby. Good job. Soft knees, lengthen the spine. Think about growing tall out the top of the mat. Arms forwards and up. Reach through the fingertips. Again, notice what it looks like to just look at the world in the normal plane that we look at it in. Okay, so notice what's around you. Hinge from the hips, send the bum back, plant the hands, right foot steps back, lower the right knee, bring the body up. Back toe is tucked, push through those right toes, squeeze that right bum cheek, and then we're just going to swing the arms forwards and backwards. Okay, so you're getting some rotation in that upper body, but you're stabilizing through your pelvis. So don't let the pelvis move, just move that upper body on top. Good. Release the arms, Roll the shoulders, big juicy shoulder rolls a couple of times. Lovely job. Hands to the mat, step back plank. Zip up through the front line of the body, set the shoulders on the back body, squeeze that bum. If you need to lower the knees, there's no problem in that, but just make sure you're pulling the chest through, shoulders are stable, and then slowly lower with control. Elbows are hugging towards the body, not out to the side, head to the shoulders, don't go forwards, good. Wide arm baby cobra, push your fingertips into the mat, pull the chest through, squeeze the bum, lengthen the back body. Again, elbows are trying to squeeze in towards each other. Shoulder blades are squeezing in towards the middle of the spine. Lovely. Release, frame the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift up and back. Down dog. Have a little pedal of those feet. Notice how the calves feel this morning. Notice how the back line of the body feels. And then you can add in a little pelvis rock as well, left to right. And then take the right leg long. Hug it to the chest as you step it forwards. Try not to use momentum. Lower the left knee, bring the body up, squeeze that left bum cheek. Lovely job. And then let's swing those arms again. Use the breath in and out through the nose. Really push through the left toes. Squeeze that left bum cheek. Good. Nice job. And then release. Roll the shoulders. Big juicy shoulder rolls, and then hands to the mat, back foot steps in, lengthen the spine, come up to stand. Good job. We'll move on to our first sequence. So from here, we're going to come into a standing split. So hinge from the hips, bum goes back, hands can either be on the blocks or they can on any height setting, or they can be on the floor, but you want to make sure you've got length in the spine so you're not rounding in the spine. You can pull your chest through. Then we're going to take the right leg back, push through that right foot as if you were trying to push a wall. So flex the foot and really, as you reach the legs back, so alternate between the legs left to right. As you reach the legs back, squeeze the bum and really push that foot energetically away from you. Good. Keep pulling the shoulders on the back body, breathing, and again, notice what the world looks like or the floor looks like, staring at it from this way. It might just be that you've got a mat in front of you, but the world looks different when we look at it from different angles. Good. 2 more. Lovely job. And then from here, we're going to take our left leg, step it behind our right leg in a curtsy, sit back so the hands are still on the block or on the floor, push off, left leg comes to a jack out to the side. Take it back to a curtsy, I'll show you side on as well. Lift the left leg out to the side in a jack. Now when you lift the left leg out to the side, I want you to not use momentum to swing it, I want you to actually use your muscles to lift that leg. Leg steps behind, curtsy, leg out to the side, jack. Step it behind so it's very controlled. But you're having to really lift those, work those muscles on the outside of the body to lift that leg. Lovely job. And then last one, so you're just moving between the two. Curtsy to jack, good job. And then land in your curtsy and you're going to sit back into a seated twist. So you just let your knees come to the floor, bum come to the floor. Make sure both seat bones are on the mat and you're going to lift left arm up, right arm up, breathe, left arm up, right arm up, good. And then from here, you're going to unwind, swiveling to the left so you end up facing the back of your mat. The right foot is going to be forwards, so you're in like a 90 with your hands on the mat. Then we're going to do swivel that left leg, off the right of the mat. Right hand comes inside the right foot. Lift the left elbow and look over to the left side. Squeeze your bum cheeks and then bring your left hand down. Bring your left leg back to straight. Right arm lift so you rotate to the other way in a landed 90 crescent. Good. Come back to the left again. So swivel the left leg off the right edge of the mat. Pull from the left elbow, reach the arm to the sky. Again, gaze is straight out to the side, not up to the sky. Left hand comes down, left leg comes back to normal. Rotate to the right. Again, you're looking straight out to the right, not up to the sky. So again, and then come back through to the left again. So again, you're looking at the world from a different perspective. Side on. Good. And then from here, bring your right leg out to the side. So I'll show you front on. Right leg is out to the side, driving into that inner foot. You're in an adductor stretch. Just have a little rock forwards and backwards, driving into the inner line of that foot. Breathe. And then from here, you're going to take the left arm to the sky, thread it towards the foot. So probably different to usual. Open up, thread it towards the foot. Reach it as far away as you can. Good. Open up. Keep stabilizing this right shoulder on the back body and then reach. Last one. And then take that right arm forwards. The whole of the left arm is on the mat. Push into the back of the left arm and breathe. Big full breaths. Good. And then from here, you can come back up. You're going to lift up to down dog. And then you're going to cross your feet and swivel round back to the top of the mat. Okay? Come up to stand and we'll do the other side. Nice. Soft knees. Arms forwards and up. Reach through the fingertips. Grab your blocks if they're not nearby. Hinge backwards, lengthen the spine, plant the hands, and then start with the left foot lifting, pushing to an imaginary wall behind you. Bring it down, right foot lifts, so you're walking through standing splits. Notice how that feels in the body, opening up this back line. Keep pulling the chest through, think about length in the spine, don't drop the neck forwards. Keep that triple S in position. Really make sure you're hinging in that hip so you've got the chance to not be rounded in the back. Good, keep it controlled. Lovely job. In and out through the nose as you walk. Good. One more each side, left, right. And then you're going to take the right foot, step it to the outer edge of the left mat, curtsy squat. So sit back towards your, kind of bend your knees and sit your bum back towards the floor a little bit. Push off that right foot, take the right leg out to the side in a jack. Step it back, curtsy squat. Good, so you're just moving between the two, but remember, you're using the left leg to stabilize you as you reach that right leg away from you. Okay, so you're having to really work the glutes, the stability. Lovely job. Moving with control, right leg out, sit it behind, back to a curtsy squat. It's a low curtsy. Keep pulling the chest through. Nice work. Good. And then we've got one more out to the side. Step back to curtsy and then lower the knees. Come onto your bum. So you're in a seated twist. Your knees are stacked. If this feels uncomfortable, you always have the option to kick that lower leg out, okay? And pull that left thigh to the body and rotate to the left. If you're with me, make sure both seat bones are on the floor. If you can't feel both seat bones, give yourself a chock and see if you putting a block under your bum helps. And this time we're going to roll the shoulders. Big, juicy shoulder rolls. Nice. And then from here you swivel through the top of the mat over to the right and all the way around to the back of the mat. Left foot comes forward so you're in your 90-90 with your hands down. Wiggle that left foot out to the side of the mat a little bit. Left hand inside the left foot. Swivel the right leg off the left edge of the mat. Right fist to the floor. Pull from the right elbow. Release. Gaze goes over to the right. Squeeze that left bum cheek. Bring the hand back down. Replace the right leg. And then rotate to the left. 90 the other way. Good. Breathe. So you're just really getting this lovely openness through the body. Swivel the lower leg. Pull from the right elbow, release the lower arm, Neck softens down to the left, but gaze is out to the side. Right hand down, pull from the left elbow. Gaze out to the left, make sure that right shoulder's on the back body. Last time, left hand down, swivel the right leg to the left edge of the mat, pull from the elbow, release, breathe. Again, notice how this feels, notice how it looks. How does the world look when you look at it side on? Good. And then over to the left, left arm reaches. Good. And then release. From here we come to our adductor rock. So we take our left leg out to the side, wrists underneath our shoulders, pull the chest through, breathe, lengthen the back body. Good. And then from here, right arm to the sky, thread it towards the left leg. I'll show you side on again. Right arm to the sky, gaze over to the right, and then reach towards that left foot. Notice if one side feels tighter than the other. Up to the sky, reach, and this time push the whole of the back of that right arm onto the mat. Left arm comes forwards, breathe. Notice where you feel that in your body. This might feel super tight. Breathe in and out through the nose, filling that breath into the body. Good. And then from here, bring yourself back up, down dog. You're then going to cross your right foot over your left foot as you swivel yourself back to the top of the mat. So you're turning to the left. You're basically unwinding your legs. Good. Right. On to the next sequence. Starting at the top, arms reach forwards. We're going to slowly lower down towards the mat. So you end up on your bottom. Good. From here, left arm up and over, side bend. Bring the hand back down, right arm up and over, side bend. Left arm up, right arm up, side bend. And then left hand to right thigh. Rotate round to the right so you get a nice stretch in the middle of the back. Come through the middle, right hand to left thigh, left hand behind you. Good. One more each time. Right to left, left to right, rotate to the right, and then right hand to left knee, rotate to the left. Good. From here, we're going to keep on rolling all the way back. Okay? And we're going to have our arms wide and we're going to take our knees over our hips again. Take your legs over to the right without letting them collapse to the floor, okay? So you're having to use your abdominals to hold you there. Extend the left leg, rebend it, legs through the middle, knees over to the left. Extend the right leg. Again, try not to use your arms too much to support you. Use your abdominals, okay? Come through the middle, knees to the right, extend the left leg. Use those abdominals to hold the knees from collapsing. Back through the middle, over to the left, extend the right leg. Back through the middle, over to the right, extend the left leg. Breathe, good, through the middle, over to the left, extend the right leg. Good job, and then through the middle, bring your knees over to the right. You're gonna come to a clam position, okay? So right elbow under the right shoulder, suction it down the back. You're gonna extend the left leg, okay? So the left leg is long, stay stacked in the hips, and then you're going, keep this side body lifted, and you're gonna back circle this top leg for 10 little circles. Keep the foot facing towards the floor, or the toes horizontal, if anything pointing down. Good. And then go the other way, forwards, 10, 9, little circles, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lovely job. Heel to bum, you're coming into clam, keep pulling this right shoulder down the back, lift the top knee for 10, for 9, don't tip the hip back, so just lift into the, don't tip the pelvis back, sorry, just lift into that hip joint, good, work into that glute, good. Let's do another 4, 3, 2, and 1, nice work. And then you're just gonna rotate onto your back so that you're in a reverse table. Okay, so lift here, fingers are pointing towards your heels, squeeze your bum, let your neck soften back if you feel comfortable doing that. So again, you're looking at the world from upside down. Squeeze that bum, and then from here, come back. You're going to take the left foot behind the right foot, rotate the left hand right. We're going to do a barrel roll, okay? So we're rolling from down, reverse table through to down dog, and then we're going to keep on going. So left foot, right foot crosses over left foot, cross the right hand to the left side of the mat, rotate. You're going to do 3 of these rotations, okay? So you're rotating around the middle, okay? Just work out how to move your feet, how to move your hands. Cross the feet, rotate the hands around. Good. I think we've got one more, she says. Rotate back to the top of the mat. From here in a down dog, we're going to do some bunny hops. You'll be facing the back of the mat. Push onto the toes, lift off. So you're pushing off your toes, lift off the floor, heels to bum. Okay, getting a little bit of air time. Again, notice what the world looks like when you're upside down. 2 more. Good. Last one. And then from here, cross the left foot behind the right, rotate to the left, swivel back round to the top of the mat, come up to stand. We'll do the other side. There's a lot of twisting in this, a lot of changing in direction and perspectives and everything. Soft knees, arms out in front, slowly roll back towards the mat again with control. Lovely job. From here, left hand down, right arm over, side bend. And then right hand down, left arm over, side bend. Left hand down, right arm over, side bend. Right hand down, left arm over, side bend. Good job. And then from here, we're going to take the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind, seated twist, over to the left. Really grow out the top of the mat, so lift out the crown of the head. Feel those deep abdominals pulling towards your thighs. Good. Left hand to right knee, just gently hugging it. Push the right hand into the floor, grow out the top of the mat, right shoulder's pulling back. Lovely job, guys. Through the middle, left hand down, rotate to the left again. Breathing as we go, through the middle to the right. Lovely job. Hopefully this is loosening everything up. Back to center and then control the roll back towards the mat. So we're on our backs again. Knees hover, arms can be wide, or for the extra challenge you can have them off the floor, but it's much harder. Take the knees over to the left. Again, try not to lean into the hands to support you. Use your abdominals. Right leg extends. Come through the middle, knees to the right. Left leg extends. Again, notice how far you can go without collapsing. The point where you can still support yourself. Over to the left. Right leg extends. Rebend the knee over to the right. Left leg extends. Whoop. Notice which side feels more challenging. Through the middle, over to the left. Use those abdominals. Right leg extends. Back through the center, over to the right. Left leg extends. Breathe. Good job, guys. Support that deep abdominal structure. Good. Back through center. And then from here, the knees come over to the left. We're coming into clam on the left-hand side. So clam position. Hips are stacked. Left elbow is under the left shoulder, really hug it down the mat, suction it on the back body. Right leg goes long, 10 little circles backwards, 8, 7, with this right leg being long. Really flex the foot and push the heel away. Make sure that toe is pointing either horizontal or down towards the floor. Try not to have the leg rotated upwards. Good. Work that outer glute. Good. And then 10 the other way, 10 little circles. See how small and controlled you can do your circle. And hold your midline. Keep your left side body drawing away from the mat. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs back together. You're in a clam. You're going to open the top knee to the sky. Keep lifting up and out of the mat. Make sure you've got this stacked pelvis. Again, you're not rolling back in the pelvis. You're keeping everything stacked. Keep pulling this left shoulder down the back body. Good. Hug into the midline, support the abdominals. Good. Nice work. Let's go for another 4. Squeeze that glute. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. And then hands behind you, rotate onto your back into reverse table. Squeeze your glutes, lift your bum to the sky, let your neck soften, opening through the chest, pushing out of the mat, looking at the world from upside down. And then from here, right foot crosses behind the left, rotate round to the left to your down dog, and we're just going to move through those barrel rolls, crossing our feet, staying off the floor, hovering our bum, rotating as we go. Good job. Keep going, crossing the feet, rotating, working out how you get from left to right. Nice work, guys. Whew. Last one. Rotate. Good job. Everything's been working to support you do this. Good. And then from here, you're facing the back of the mat in down dog. We're going to do our bunny hops. Push into the floor, heels to bum. Just feel, really pull those heels to the bum. It doesn't matter how high you go. Just think about driving into the hands and springing by pushing off those toes. Okay? Lovely job. Really engage the abdominals. And then come back down. You're in down dog. Right foot crosses behind the left. Walk your hands back and swivel as you turn back to the top of the mat and your legs untwist. Good job. Come up to stand. Right. From here, we're going on to our stream. So last sequence.